Okay, so hot take 5. This is more about labor and how women's work is valued or not. So the first question is, why do I think people's, or should I say specifically women's labor, especially care work and service jobs, continues to be undervalued today? So I think a lot of it comes down to the fact that our society still sees caregiving and emotional support as natural part of being a woman rather than actual labor. It's expected, not respected. Jobs like childcare, elder care, or service work are often feminized and low paid because they're seen as extensions of what women should be doing at home. Even though these jobs are essential to keeping society running, they're not treated like skilled work. That kind of mindset really devalues the people doing it, not just women, even though it takes emotional strength and endurance. Second question, what do labor rights victories like those following the Triangle Shirtwaist Fire reveal about the power of collective action, especially when led by marginalized women? And how do we see echoes of that in the labor activism of Latinas like Emma Tanayka? The Triangle Shirtwaist Fire was tragic, but it woke people up. It showed how dangerous the conditions were, especially for immigrant women in factories, and how those women were the backbone of the labor movement. When they organized, they got real change. Emma Tanayka was part of that legacy. She organized Mexican American pecan shellers in Texas and pushed for better wages and working conditions, despite facing both racism and sexism. It shows that when marginalized women lead, they challenge not just the labor conditions, but multiple layers of injustice at once. So that's my take for that. Number 3, Hochschild's concept of the second shift versus the trad wife movement. How would she respond? I think Arlie Hochschild would be rather skeptical of the trad wife trend. She'd probably say it romanticizes a version of domestic life that hides the economic dependence and lack of recognition that comes with it. While the trad wife movement tries to frame staying at home as something that is empowering, Hochschild's research shows how unpaid domestic work has always been a second job for women. The popularity of the movement could mean some women are burnt out from juggling both paid and unpaid labor, but it also risks reinforcing old ideas that a woman's value is tied to how she does well at home. So basically unpaid job. So basically running a household. It's complicated because for some, staying at home is their choice, which is fine, but Hochschild would probably argue that true freedom means having that choice and having it respected, whether you're working or staying at home. So my final thoughts are, I just think for this week's materials made me reflect on how much of women work, emotional, physical, mental, is still invisible. Whether it's in a factory, at home, or an office, a lab, it's often expected and unrecognized. And the more we study labor from a feminist lens, the clearer it becomes that change doesn't happen unless we demand it together. It's inspiring to see that women like Emma Tanayka were doing that decades ago, which was so much more harder, and women are still doing it now. Thank you.